Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to tear apart the sales pitch for an online trading seminar. We're going to look right under the hood and see exactly how these things are built to grab your attention, build trust, and walk you down a very specific path.
Right out of the gate, they hit you with a massive hook. This isn't just about making money, you see. It's about being let in on a secret. This one line frames the whole thing as hidden knowledge that's going to change the way you see the world forever. And then, boom. The proof, $400 made on a single trade in just a few seconds. Suddenly, that hidden knowledge isn't some vague idea anymore. It's a real, tangible number that makes the promise feel incredibly powerful and, more importantly, within reach.
So let's dive into part 1, the allure of trading. They've got you hooked with a quick profit. Now it's time to zoom out and show you the much, much bigger picture.
And this is where they just blow the doors off your expectations. We're not talking about a side hustle for a little extra cash anymore. No, trading is now being positioned as your ticket to truly unlimited financial freedom. It's a complete paradigm shift. Now, how do you make that kind of limitless potential feel achievable and not completely overwhelming? It's simple. You take the entire, complex world of financial markets and you boil it all down to one single core idea that anyone, and I mean anyone, can understand.
Which brings us to part 2, trading's core. So what is this grand unifying principle? Well, it's something you learned about in high school economics. It's just supply and demand.
They present this as the fundamental law of the universe. Forget the crazy charts and jargon, it's just this. More buyers than sellers, price goes up. More sellers than buyers, price goes down. By making it this simple, they've instantly removed all the intimidation. You feel like, okay, yeah, I get this. But to really make it stick, they use a brilliant, kind of weird example, buying gold at Costco. This takes the abstract concept of a commodity and plants it firmly in a place you might have been to last weekend. It makes it feel real.
Next up, they connect it to something we've all seen, a new iPhone launch. You know, the lines around the block, the crazy hype. It's a perfect modern-day example of what happens when massive demand slams into limited supply.
And then, to really drive it home, they scale it way up. They talk about the housing bubble. Now, that simple little rule of supply and demand is connected to a massive, real-world economic event that affected millions of people. It cements the idea as a truly powerful force.
Okay, part 3, the SuperAreas system. So you feel like you understand the underlying principle of the market now, right? This is when they introduce their special sauce, the unique product designed to help you actually win this game.
Now, what's really interesting is how they frame themselves here. Notice they don't say they're financial advisors. No, they are a software consulting company. They provide a tool and an education. It's a subtle but really important distinction that changes how you see them.
The heart of their system is this community. It's not just about you getting tips, it's about strength in numbers. And here's where they make a really wild claim, that with 12,000 students all moving together, you can stop just reacting to the market and maybe start influencing it by creating your own little waves of supply and demand. Now for part 4, the 4 killers. Just when you're feeling empowered and ready to go, the pitch takes a sharp left turn. It pivots hard to talk about the huge risks and why so many people fail. And they don't pull any punches. They just come right out and say it, 97% of people who get into this business will fail. Now that's a shocking number, but by being so brutally honest, they actually gain a ton of credibility. They're not hiding the ugly truth.
So why do all those people fail? This is the critical twist. The pitch argues it's not because the market is rigged or the system is bad. No, it's because of these 4 internal demons: a lack of discipline, greed, FOMO, and revenge trading. The problem isn't the game, it's the player. It's us.
So for our final section, trading without money? I mean, if failure is almost a guarantee and it's driven by our own emotions, how can anyone possibly succeed? Right here, the pitch delivers its final, most elegant solution.
They go straight for the biggest fear that's been nagging you this whole time, losing your own hard-earned money. And they propose a way to almost completely remove that risk from the equation. And here's the answer, the funded account. The model is genius. You pay a small fee, like $50 for an exam. You trade with fake money to prove you know what you're doing. If you pass, a firm gives you their capital to trade with. You keep the lion's share of the profits, and your personal risk is capped at that tiny initial fee. So when you look back at it, the whole pitch is this perfectly constructed journey.
It hooks you with the seductive promise, it empowers you with the simple concept, it builds trust by being honest about the dangers, and then it offers a low-risk path forward that perfectly solves the fears it just brought up.
Which leaves us with this final, nagging question. The pitch gives you a system to navigate the market and a model to protect your cash. But if the four killers, our own emotions, are the real reason for failure, can any system, no matter how clever, ever be enough to save us from ourselves?